Hello, friends. Welcome back to the cabin. Now, let me ask you something important. Have you booked a flight recently? Or are you planning one soon? And just assumed your checked bag situation is the same as it's always been? Because if you answered yes, this video could save you from a very stressful, very expensive surprise at the airport check-in counter. That title sounds alarming, I know. But I promise you, I am not here to frighten you. I'm here to prepare you. There is a big difference. Here's the truth. Airlines have been quietly rolling out new checked baggage rules, fees, and policies, and they are not exactly sending out announcements. Most travelers, especially those who fly once or twice a year, are walking up to that check-in counter completely unaware that the rules have changed since their last trip. And the result? Unexpected fees, last-minute repacking on the airport floor, and a whole lot of unnecessary stress before a journey even begins. I'm Lucy, and I have been a flight attendant for 15 years. In this video, I'm pulling back the curtain on 7 checked baggage secrets and rule changes that airlines absolutely are not advertising, and that nobody is warning everyday travelers about. Now, let me give you a little context before we dive in, because I want you to understand. Airlines have introduced new weight limits, new size restrictions, new fee structures, and new technology at check-in that catches travelers off guard every single day. And I'll be honest with you, it's senior travelers who tend to get hit hardest by these changes. Not because of anything they've done wrong, but simply because the updates happen quietly and the information doesn't always reach people who aren't constantly scrolling travel blogs. That is exactly why I'm here. I'm going to walk you through 7 essential checked baggage tips and rule changes you need to know before your next flight. Before we start, if you're new here, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. I post every single week, and this community means the world to me. All right, friends, let's get into it. 7. Checked bag rule changes airlines aren't warning you about. Tip number 1. The basic economy bag trap. You may have lost your free checked bag without realizing it. The problem. Have you booked a flight recently and chosen the cheapest fare available? Of course you have. We all want to save money where we can. That is completely sensible. But here's what most travelers don't realize until they're standing at the check-in counter with their suitcase. That budget-friendly basic economy ticket you purchased may have quietly stripped away the free checked bag allowance you've been counting on for years. The insider secret. Here's what they don't tell you at the time of booking. Most major airlines, Delta, United, American, Southwest being the notable exception, have restructured their fare tiers so that basic economy tickets no longer include any free checked baggage. Not one bag. And the truly frustrating part? This change was rolled out so gradually across so many airlines that millions of travelers still haven't caught on. In my 15 years of flying, I have watched this scene play out hundreds of times. A lovely couple, often in their 60s or 70s, arrives at the check-in counter with 2 carefully packed suitcases, fully expecting to check them for free just like they always have. The agent scans their ticket, and suddenly they're being asked for $35 to $70 per bag, per person, each way. On a round trip for 2 people, that can add up to $280 in surprise fees before they've even reached the gate. The airline's position is that the information was disclosed, buried in the fine print during booking. But let's be honest, most of us don't read every line of fine print at midnight when we're trying to book a flight. Basic economy equals no free checked bag on most airlines in 2025. Practical action steps. Before you book your next flight, look very carefully at the fare type. When you see Basic Economy, click on it and read exactly what is and isn't included. Compare the Basic Economy price plus baggage fees against the next fare tier up, often called Main Cabin or Standard Economy, which typically includes 1 free checked bag. Very frequently, the upgraded fare is only $20 to $40 more and actually saves you money overall. Always do that math before you confirm your booking. Now, even if you know about Basic Economy, there's another rule change that is catching people completely off guard, and this one is about the actual weight of your bag. Tip number 2. The weight limit crackdown. Airlines are enforcing this more strictly than ever before. The problem: Most travelers know that checked bags have weight limits. 50 pounds for domestic flights, that's been the standard for years. So you pack your suitcase, you think you're probably fine, and you head to the airport. But here's what's changed recently, and what is causing real problems at check-in counters across the country. Airlines have quietly invested in newer, more precise digital weighing systems, and they are using them. The insider's secret. Here's the truth that airlines absolutely won't broadcast. For years, there was a degree of informal leniency at many check-in counters. A bag that came in at 51 or 52 pounds might get waved through. Those days are largely over. New digital scales at major airports are precise to a fraction of a pound, and many airlines have updated their staff policies to enforce the limit strictly. No exceptions, no rounding down. The overweight bag fee is where this gets really painful. Most domestic airlines charge between $100 and $200 for a bag that exceeds 50 pounds, on top of whatever you already paid for the checked bag itself. International carriers can be even stricter, with some airlines setting their limit as low as 44 pounds, 20 kilograms, in economy class. I'll never forget watching a passenger, a wonderfully prepared grandmother traveling to visit family, have to open her suitcase right there at the check-in counter and start redistributing items into her carry-on bag because her checked suitcase was 4 pounds over the limit. She was mortified and flustered, and the line behind her was growing. It was completely avoidable with a little advance preparation. Often 44 pounds. Practical action steps. I strongly recommend investing in a small handheld luggage scale. They cost between $10 and $20 on Amazon and are worth every single penny. Before you leave home, weigh your packed bag. If you're flying internationally, check your specific airline's weight limit for your fare class. Don't assume it's 50 pounds, and always leave yourself a small buffer. Pack to 47 or 48 pounds maximum so you have room for anything you pick up on your trip for the return journey. Weight is one thing, but here's something most people never even think to check. The size of your checked bag now matters more than ever before. Tip number 3. The new size restrictions. Your oversized bag could cost you $200 at the counter. The problem: when was the last time you measured your suitcase? I mean, actually measured it. Length, width, and height combined? Most travelers never do. They buy a suitcase, they pack it, and they assume that if it fits on the luggage conveyor belt, it must be acceptable. But airlines have been quietly tightening their size restrictions for checked baggage, and the oversized bag fee is one of the most shocking surprises a traveler can encounter at check-in. The insider secret. Most passengers don't know this, but most major airlines now enforce a linear inch limit for checked bags, meaning the total of the bag's length plus width plus height combined cannot exceed a specific number. For most domestic carriers, that number is 62 linear inches. Sounds generous, right? But here's what catches people off guard. A standard large suitcase, the kind you might have purchased 5 or 10 years ago or received as a gift, can easily measure 63, 64, or even 66 linear inches when packed full and slightly expanded. Many older suitcases were designed before these limits became so strictly enforced. The oversized bag fee at most major airlines ranges from $100 to $200 per bag per direction. That means a round trip with one oversized bag can cost you an additional $200 to $400 on top of your regular baggage fee. And just like the overweight fee, this is charged at the counter, so you have very little recourse in the moment. In my 15 years of flying, I've seen passengers in tears at the check-in counter over fees they genuinely did not anticipate. That image stays with me, and it's a big reason I make these videos. 62 linear inches max equals length plus width plus height combined. Practical action steps. Pull out your largest suitcase today, before your next trip, and measure it. Add the length, width, and height together. If the total exceeds 62 inches, check your specific airline's policy because some carriers allow up to 80 linear inches before the oversized fee kicks in, while others are stricter. If you're regularly close to the limit, it may be worth investing in a slightly smaller suitcase. Many modern, large suitcases are specifically designed to fall just under the 62-inch threshold. Now let's talk about something that affects a lot of my senior viewers specifically, and that's traveling with medical equipment and medications in your checked bag. Tip number 4. Medical equipment and medications in checked bags. The rules that could protect your health. The problem. This tip is one I feel very passionately about because it directly affects the health and safety of many of my viewers. If you travel with any kind of medication, medical device, or health-related equipment, there are rules you absolutely must know. And unfortunately, most travelers, including many who travel frequently, are not aware of the full picture. The insider secret. Here's what they don't tell you clearly enough. The Transportation Security Administration and most airlines strongly advise, and in some cases effectively require, that essential medications and critical medical equipment travel in your carry-on bag, not your checked luggage. Here is why this matters so much. Checked baggage can and does get lost, delayed, or misrouted. It happens every single day at airports around the world. If your essential medication, insulin, heart medication, blood pressure drugs, or anything else you take regularly, is in that lost bag, you could be without it for 24 to 72 hours or longer, while the airline locates and returns your luggage. That is not just an inconvenience. For many medical conditions, that is a genuine health emergency. Additionally, the cargo hold where checked bags are stored experiences significant temperature variations, particularly on long-haul flights. Certain medications, including insulin and some liquid medications, can be compromised by extreme cold or heat in the cargo hold. Most passengers have no idea this is happening to their medication while they're sitting comfortably in the cabin. Just last year, I assisted a passenger who had packed all of her week's worth of medication in her checked bag, which was subsequently delayed for 2 full days. The distress she experienced was completely avoidable. Never pack essential daily medications in your checked bag. Practical action steps. From this moment forward, make a firm personal rule. All prescription medications, especially daily medications, go in your carry-on bag. Always, without exception. Keep them in their original pharmacy-labeled containers to avoid any questions at security. If you use medical equipment such as a CPAP machine, a nebulizer, or insulin cooling pouches, check your airline's specific policy. Most airlines allow these as an additional carry-on item at no extra charge, separate from your standard allowance. Call the airline directly to confirm before you travel. That's so important for your health and peace of mind. Now, here's tip number 5, and this one is about a new technology that airlines are rolling out that is changing how checked bags are tracked and what happens when things go wrong. Tip number 5, the new baggage tracking technology, and what it means when your bag goes missing. The problem. Have you ever stood at a baggage carousel, watching bag after bag come through, and felt that slowly rising panic as you realize yours isn't appearing? It is one of the most stressful experiences in travel, and most passengers have no idea what to do in those first critical minutes, or how the airline's new baggage tracking systems work and how you can use them to your advantage. The insider secret. Here's some genuinely good news for a change. Airlines have made significant investments in baggage tracking technology in recent years. Most major carriers now offer real-time bag tracking directly through their smartphone app. Delta, United, American, and many international carriers now use RFID technology, tiny radio frequency chips embedded in your bag tag that allow the system to track your bag's location at multiple points throughout its journey. Most passengers don't know this, but you can open your airline's app during your flight and see exactly where your bag is at that moment. Did it make it onto your connecting flight? Is it already at the destination airport? The app can tell you, often in real time. Here is the critical insider tip. If you land and the app shows your bag did not make it to your destination, go immediately to the baggage service desk before you go to the carousel and wait. Reporting a misrouted bag immediately, before it is officially lost, puts you in a much stronger position for priority retrieval and compensation. Every minute matters in that process. Download your airline's app before you fly. Track your bag in real time. Practical action steps. Before your next flight, Download your airline's official app if you haven't already. Ask a family member to help you if needed. It takes about 5 minutes. Register your frequent flyer account within the app. On the day of travel, check your bag tracking status after check-in, and again after any connecting flight. If your bag doesn't appear at your destination carousel within 20 minutes of other bags arriving, go directly to the baggage service desk with your bag tag receipt. That small paper tag they give you at check-in. Never throw it away until you have your bag in hand. Technology is helping us track bags better, but there's one thing technology can't protect you from if you haven't done it first. Tip number 6 is about something you should do at home before every single trip. Tip number 6, the bag ID secret. Why most lost bags stay lost longer than they should. The problem. Here is a scenario I have witnessed more times than I can count. A bag goes missing. The airline tries to locate it. They open it to check for identification. And inside? No identification whatsoever. No name, no address, no phone number, nothing. The bag sat in a lost luggage facility for days, sometimes weeks, simply because no one knew who it belonged to. And the passenger wondered why it took so long to get their belongings back. The insider secret. Most passengers don't know this, but the luggage tag on the outside of your bag is not sufficient identification on its own. Those tags get torn off in baggage handling. I have seen it happen countless times on the ramp. Handles get ripped, tags get caught in conveyor machinery, and suddenly your bag has no external identification at all. Here is what seasoned travelers and airline insiders actually do. They place a card inside the bag, visible through the top when opened, with their full name, phone number, email address, and destination address. Some experienced travelers even tape a card to the inside lid of the suitcase. This simple step means that even if every external tag is gone, anyone who opens that bag can identify it and return it to you within hours, rather than days or weeks. Additionally, consider a luggage tracker like an Apple AirTag or a tile tracker tucked inside your bag. These small devices, about the size of a large coin, use Bluetooth and GPS technology to show you your bag's location on your phone. They cost between $25 and $35 and have helped thousands of travelers locate delayed bags independently of the airline's own systems. Place your name, phone, and email on a card inside your bag. Practical action steps. Right after this video, find a small card or piece of paper and write your full name, mobile phone number, email address, and travel destination. Put it inside your suitcase where it's clearly visible when the bag is opened. I suggest taping it to the inside of the lid. Also attach a distinctive luggage strap, ribbon, or tag to the outside of your bag to help you spot it quickly on the carousel and reduce the chance of someone else accidentally taking it. Wonderful. Now, tip number 7 is something that has changed significantly in the past 2 years, and it specifically affects travelers who are bringing gifts, food, or souvenirs home. Tip number 7. The Prohibited Items Update. What you can no longer pack in your checked bag in 2025. The problem. The list of items that are prohibited or restricted in checked baggage has changed more in the past 2 years than in the previous decade. And I'm not just talking about obvious things like weapons or explosives. I'm talking about everyday items that many travelers pack without a second thought. Items that are sitting in your home right now, that you have packed on previous trips without any problem, that may now trigger a bag inspection, additional fees, or confiscation. The insider secret. Here's what they don't tell you loudly enough. The TSA and international aviation authorities have updated their restricted items list, and some of the additions genuinely surprise people. Lithium batteries, including spare batteries for cameras, laptops, and mobility scooters, must now travel in carry-on bags only. They cannot go in checked luggage due to fire risk in the cargo hold. This catches a lot of travelers off guard, particularly those who pack a full camera kit or whose mobility scooter battery must be removed before checking the scooter itself. Aerosol products, including certain dry shampoos, spray sunscreens, and insect repellents, have quantity restrictions in checked bags. Each container must be under 18 ounces, and the total of all aerosols in your checked bag must not exceed 70 ounces. Alcohol above 140 proof, certain spirits and liqueurs, is prohibited in checked bags entirely. Alcohol between 24% and 70% proof is permitted in checked bags in quantities up to 5 liters per person. And here is one that surprises almost everyone. Certain food items, particularly fresh fruits, vegetables, and meats, are restricted or prohibited when traveling on international routes, even in checked bags, due to agricultural import regulations. This varies significantly by destination country. Lithium batteries equals carry-on only, no exceptions. Practical action steps. Before every trip, especially international travel, visit the TSA website, tsa.gov, and use their free What Can I Bring search tool. Simply type in any item you're unsure about and it will tell you instantly whether it's permitted in carry-on, checked baggage, or neither. This tool is free, takes seconds to use, and could save you significant stress at the airport. If you need help navigating the website, ask a family member. It is genuinely one of the most useful travel tools available. And finally, tip number 7. This one wraps everything together and is honestly the single most practical thing you can do before every trip to protect yourself from every baggage issue we've discussed today. Oh my goodness, friends, we really did cover so much ground today. And before I let you go, I want to bring it back to the 3 things I most want you to carry with you from this video. First, always verify your bag allowance before you travel, not when you're standing at the check-in counter. 5 minutes of checking at home can save you hundreds of dollars in surprise fees. Second, your medications and critical medical equipment belong in your carry-on bag. Always, without exception. Your health is non-negotiable, and no suitcase is worth a medical emergency. Third, you have real legal rights when something goes wrong with your bag. Document everything, report immediately, and don't walk away without filing a proper claim. You deserve to be made whole. I hope today's video left you feeling more informed, more confident, and genuinely ready for your next journey. Because here's what I believe with everything I have: you deserve to travel without fear, without surprises, and without stress. And with the right information, the information that airlines aren't volunteering, you absolutely can. If this video helped you today, please give it a thumbs up. It helps this channel reach more travelers who need this information. And please, share it with a friend, a family member, or anyone you know who has a trip coming up. This is exactly the kind of thing people wish someone had told them before they left home. Drop a comment below and tell me, has any of this happened to you? Have you ever been hit with a surprise baggage fee or had a bag go missing? I read every single comment and I would love to hear your story. Safe travels, everyone. I'll see you in the next video.